So I released a video recently about Tado's Smart Radiator thermostats, and some of you were like, I've got 22p and a dead battery. So when Aqara contacted me saying they'd got a Zigbee Smart Radiator thermostat going for £20 less than the Tado equivalent, I realised that a 7-radiator household would save £175 on the thermostats alone. Not only that, this kit actually works with your existing thermostat, so there is no starter kit to install in the boiler cupboard either.
There's so little space, my back is cramping up and I've dropped it again!
That's when I realised that not only is there literally no DIY, but there is a £355 total saving by buying this kit instead. And on top of this, they can be installed in literally 30 seconds and will save you tons of money on your heating bill by only heating the rooms of your house that you're actually using. Or a moth. Thanks to Aqara for sponsoring today's video and for sending me their E1 Zigbee Radiator Thermostats, or TRVs. They work with Amazon Alexa, Google Home, Apple Homekit, and Home Assistant. And with a bit of fiddling, they'll even work with Samsung SmartThings using a custom device handler. At least they would have done if Samsung hadn't unceremoniously ripped away the custom device handler and replaced it with Edge drivers. Excuse me a moment. The Aqara platform also has geofencing support and the ability to use external Aqara sensors to give you more accurate control based on the temperature of your room and have them turn off if a window is open. Having a window open in a room that has the heating on is more wasteful than that time that Darth Vader let Obi-Wan Kenobi get away because of a fire that he'd put out only 3 seconds previously.
Have that, you wee fanny! Hey! Don't you fire up bloody laser beams at us! Oh, there's a bloody fire in the way now! Now we'll never get Obi-Wan Kenobi!
So the big question is, if these thermostats have basically all the same functionality as the Tado thermostats, but for a much cheaper price tag, is there anything that the Tado radiator thermostats have that these don't? And the answer to that is later on in the video. Did that work? Have you been Oi, stop skipping. I know what you're doing. You're skipping this joke because you've seen it every week for the last 6 million years. Don't skip it. Seriously, I have one thing I need to say. This was masterful bait. You have been baited by the master, and this was in fact master bait. Inside the box is a thermostatic radiator valve, a bunch of adapters to fit almost any radiator, and an instruction book big enough to bring down a building. Pairing these things is as simple as pulling the battery tab, telling the app to search for the E1 radiator thermostat, and holding a knob. Press the knob for more than 10 seconds.
Oh yeah.
Stop it.
Oh yeah, press me. Just like that. Oh yeah.
Stop it. You will need an Aqara Zigbee gateway to connect these devices to, but this is an Aqara Zigbee gateway. Rather ridiculously, so is this sexy voiced cat.
Normal link confirmed.
Stupid sexy cat. The Aqara app will then walk you through naming the device and putting it in a room, and once the device is paired, you are automatically faced with the option to add an external temperature sensor away from the radiator, which will obviously make the temperature readings way more accurate because they're not reliant on a sensor pressed up against a boiling hot surface. The physical install is a piece of piss if you're as good at DIY as I am.
Okay, that shouldn't have happened.
I only had to clear up 5 pubes to make this possible. Give this video a like if that's too much information. That's f***ing hot. Radiator's on. Stop it. Ow. 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 Once you've burnt your hand removing the old one, it's just a case of screwing the new one to the radiator valve.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, screw me. Screw me just like that.
No! Yes! You too, please! Yes, he's screwing again! And this week he used the wee-wee word! Yes, my wife died! She's dead now on the floor! She's dead! Stu's reviews, you say? Right, I shall watch Stu's reviews review instead now!
Alternatively, twizzling this very large knob on the top, which is extremely satisfying.
Oh, yeah.
The whole world is filthy, insane, disgusting rubbish! That was Stu of Stu's reviews. Read from Smart Home Solver is next. And I'm going to keep doing this to all of the Smart Home channels until you've got nothing left to enjoy. If you approve of what I'm doing, then please press the subscribe button now to let me know. And if you would like to let me know that you would like me to stop doing this, then please subscribe. The most exciting thing about the Aqara E1 is that they are Zigbee 3.0, and they are made by Aqara.
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 Aqara. The fact they're Zigbee means that not only do they work great with a simple twist from a manual perspective, but they also work amazingly well with Aqara's own platform, which gives us access to control them using their app and also using any of our favourite voice assistants. But more importantly, they continue to work even if the internet is disconnected because Aqara works locally these days. Aqara has quickly become one of my favourite platforms for this exact reason. But if you are a Home Assistant nerd, they can also be connected directly to Home Assistant using a conbee stick or via the HomeKit integration. The HomeKit integration gives you battery level, current temperature, and complete control over the desired temperature of the stat. But the direct connection to a conbee stick is currently unable to display the battery level at time of filming. My friend Lewis from Everything Smart Home is planning to submit a custom quirk of his own to ZHA to get all the additional functionality working.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I warned you. Press the subscribe button now. And finally, if you have any little darlings, these things have a child lock on them too that can be activated and deactivated just by holding the knob.
Oh, yeah.
There's not much to complain about here really, and all of my concerns kind of are targeted around your little darlings. You might find replacing the batteries is a little bit too easy, and if you have kids, then you may find the case on the floor from time to time. Similarly, if you whack the temperature right up, then there is some wobbliness as it loosens its grip on the valve. It's not in any way dangerous, I mean, no more dangerous than leaving your kids to touch a boiling hot radiator anyway, but it is worth noting that there is some play in the thing once it's set to a very high temperature. And finally, the bit that I baited you with at the beginning of the video. The Tado radiator thermostats connect to a controller in the boiler cupboard, which can turn your boiler on and off. This means that the Tado thermostats have the advantage that if the boiler is not currently heating the radiators, they can tell them to. The Aqara thermostats are not in any way connected to the boiler, and therefore if the boiler is not currently on, the radiator thermostats will not be able to heat your radiator. This probably won't matter. It sounds like a big deal, but if you think about it this way, these are actually limiters. They are not heaters. What you do is you put them in a room that you intend to limit the heat, so that when the heating does come on, that particular room either doesn't or does at a lower level. These are limiters, not heaters. The good news here, of course, is that there is no DIY in the boiler cupboard.
So stressful. Stop dropping that, you prick!
And you can use these with your existing thermostat. If you have a Nest thermostat or even a Tado thermostat, doesn't matter what you've got, even if it's not a smart thermostat, these things will still work. In summary, this is one of the cheapest TRVs on the market, and it's part of the Aqara ecosystem, which absolutely rules. But even if you disagree, you can use them in Amazon, Google, Apple HomeKit, or Home Assistant instead. Aqara have absolutely nailed this product, and if there's ever a good time to save money on your heating bills, it's now. As usual, there are links in the description as to where you can pick these things up. I shall also link you to Stu's review of this, and to Lewis's channel too, so that you can see what they think of this thermostat. Come back here and use my affiliate links, not theirs. Their channels are very smutty. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. That'll tell YouTube's algorithms it was a good video and more people should see it. If you want to see some more of this guy, hit that subscribe button and ding that bell. If you ding the bell, it lets YouTube know that you want to be notified when I upload videos. These incredible people that have been running down your screen are my patrons from Patreon. Without them, I wouldn't be doing this, and I mean that. I say it all the time, but I just would not be doing this for a living without them. If you want to be one of those incredible people, you can do that at either Patreon or buy me a one-off beer at PayPal. Either way, I will genuinely love you forever. These are my Facebooks and my Twitters and my Instagrams and my TikToks too. Come and hang out there and we can be best friends. See you next time. You only normally see that in cartoons, don't you? I don't know what accent this is. I can't do this accent at all. Doesn't fit. Damn it. Oh, there's a bloody fire in the way now. Now I'll never get to Obi-Wan Kenobi. What accent's that?